Oh boy. So this one was pretty unnecessary actually. You're going to spend the next 30 something minutes watching me remove the background from this picture in Gimp, which I'm sure you're not surprised to hear is really not something that you need to do in Gimp in the year 2024. Obviously, AI can do this for you. And I also mentioned this in a video actually that, Photoshop has AI built in that does this for you. And then I didn't bother though before I started recording the video. To be frank, I also wanted to show the process. I wanted to show how it's done in GIMP manually. But just a quick Google search could have revealed that even if you're on Linux like I am and you cannot run Photoshop, then you can still easily find tools online that do the job for you. If I just Google crop from background, like literally the first result I get is remove.bg. And then what I can do here is just upload the image like this. There, right? And then it does it for you literally within seconds. So you get a really very nice result. You can download it in HD. You need to create a free account and then you get one free HD download. And from there on in, it's just going to cost you money. But the results are really striking. So this is what I got out of remove.bg, and you can see that, even at full size, this looks great, right? Like everywhere around the shoes, around the edges. Like there's some little parts here, like this one where there's some background left, but really, who cares? Who's gonna know? Who's gonna look at that? And even so, like you can still go in with GIMP or whatever program have you, and just remove this bit from here. It's really not a problem. So this tool does it for, oops, does it for some money. Like it's not really expensive. Like if you pay 200 credits a month, that's 39, wait, that's how much a year? 35 bucks a year. You can do 200 images a month. That's more than probably you're gonna need. So it's not expensive. Or you can just buy one credit for $2 or 10 for whatever, right? So there's that. And then if you just want to do this on your own computer, like if you just want to install one of these apps here, BackgroundRemover or rembg, they're both on GitHub, and I'm going to link to them in the description. You can just, these are Python scripts, you can install them on your computer and you get really nice results out of those as well. Like you see here, I'm cycling through, these are a bunch of results that I got just from testing both of these scripts. They both use the same AI models to do that. And I think, which one was the one that I really liked? Was it ESGAO? No. Let me see. rembg, there was one here that I thought was really nice. I think it was that one, or no, the default actually. Default alpha. Yeah, this one is pretty nice. Like this one gives me also very nice results. And you could do unlimited images at full resolution with no catch for free forever, just on your computer, right? So there's really no reason to do what you're about to see me do and agonize over. Anyway, that's all I wanted to tell you for the beginning of this video, and now we're gonna jump right into the past. Matt from the future is signing out. Hello folks, this is gonna be a really quick one. We only have about 15 to 20 minutes, so we'll see how far I can get with this one. But we're gonna pick up where we left off, where I indicated yesterday that we were going to go. So I met with Peter again, and he likes the idea of actually cutting the people out of this image and just, isolating them from the background and then having the background rendered in the browser. So I'm hoping we can end up with a PNG with a, an alpha channel that is going to be somewhere around 300 to 500 kilobytes. So first of all, I'm adding an alpha channel to this image, to this layer here in GIMP. And we are gonna use the free select tool. And now this part is gonna be fairly boring because all I'm gonna do is just, draw lines around these people to cut them out of the picture. And I'm gonna speed through this now. So let's see. Free select, I think we've got everything that we need. So I'm just gonna go bit by bit, really. Start here. Oops, I need to turn off the grid. So Alt View, Alt V, snap to grid. I'm going to turn that off. And this is the life of a designer working in Gimp. There's probably ways to do this much better with Photoshop these days. There's probably AI that can just isolate these people in no time. But I'm not there yet. I haven't yet learned how to use it. So this is how far I'm getting in 12.5 minutes, plus the 2 minutes that I missed, that I didn't, press the button at the beginning, or like the minute. So we're looking at 13.5 minutes now. And you see we've got like 2 people, sort of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this selection now because I'm out of time. There's a selection. I'm going to press Control I to invert it. Then I'm going to feather the selection. First of all, I'm going to duplicate the layer. So we still have the original here, edited. And there we're going to have a mask, add layer mask with full opacity. This I'm going to make transparent. And now I'm going to go select feather, 3 pixels. And now if I press delete, nothing happens. Oh no, of course, because I'm on the mask. So I'm going to paint this black. Control Shift B for the bucket fill tool. I want to fill the whole selection and fill it with black. And now we can see that, we've got these people cut out fairly neatly. If I press Control T to, hide the selection boundaries, this is how far we got. So this is where we can continue next time. And the beautiful thing is that now, stuff like this here, for instance, I can just use a paintbrush later and just paint black on here to, fix these little mistakes here. I can also try to use a color to alpha tool to just turn this blue whitish background color to alpha and perhaps isolate some of the hair, and keep it in the picture. So this is what we have, and we will continue soon. This is it for now. Talk to you soon. Bye. All right, we're back. Next morning, same episode. I'm just gonna, continue right where I left off. We have our work cut out for us. We need to, crop the rest of these people out of their background, and this is what's gonna happen. So All right, all right, all right. We got 'em, boys and girls and other genders. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? So now we gotta close this selection. So I go here, 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 and then we go back to the starting point. Bam. And now I'm saving the hell out of this. So we're 43 minutes. So like this is an hour that I just spent, or I'm about to spend, making this, isolating these people. And I think it's an hour well spent. It's meditative. I'm not gonna lie. Like normally I would have listened to a podcast or something while doing this, but of course I have to be quiet while recording because I need to concentrate on a bunch of things. Anyway, so let's see. We are going to, first of all, we're going to feather the select, or I'm going to show you, because you might be interested. You might be wondering, why do we feather the selection? I'm not sure if I explained that properly the last time. So again, I'm going to save. And now if we're still on the mask, right? So whatever on this mask we paint black is going to become transparent. Whatever's painted white is not going to be transparent, which, as we can see here, this checkerboard pattern behind there means it's transparent, so if I bring in something below it, then it shines through. Now, if I paint all of this black, fill hole selection, this entire selection here that I just made, if I paint this black, and now I press Control T to not show the selection boundaries, you're going to see that here, the edges, they're jagged, right? Actually, it's actually pretty sharp. It's much sharper than I thought, but here you can see it, right? And that's why we feather, because we can smoothen these edges. So we go to select feather, and I believe we had 3 pixels. And now again, I'm going to paint this black, and you see how this is now a little bit smoother. There's a transition between selected and not selected that, manifests here as a transition between transparent and 100% opacity. So that's why we're doing this. So now this is what we have. I'm gonna do a couple things next. Let's start with an experiment. So we're gonna abandon this for a moment. I'm gonna press Control T to bring the selection back, Control Shift A to unselect everything. We are going to duplicate our, backup background. Actually, we're going to duplicate it twice because this I'm going to call experiment, right? So we have 3 layers here. We have our edited layer where I, cut these people out. It's actually a kind of neat thing in itself. We have our experiment header layer that we're going to play with it in a moment, and we have the backup, to still have the original. I'm going to do 2 more, and I'm going to call this light. I'm going to call this dark, because we will want some backgrounds, light, dark, fill, hole selection, everything. So this is going to be dark, and then I'm going to press X to switch the colors down here. And this is going to be white, light here. Okay, so there we go. Now the experiment. What I want to try is what happens if I select, like I press O to select the color picker tool, and I select this color here, which is, give or take the color of the screen. Obviously the color varies a little, right? It's not an even color, but there's brighter and darker pixels here. But overall it ends up, it adds up to this sort of color tone. And what I want to do is I want to make that color in this picture transparent. So I just want to test on this guinea pig how this effect is gonna, what this effect is gonna do, for instance, to her hair here. And that's what we're going to do. So let's select the area that we want to work on. I pressed R to select, and this is sort of what we want to know, or what we want to tinker with. And we are gonna go to colors, color to alpha, there. And we want our foreground color that I just selected to become an alpha color, which we can already tell is kind of, it's taking away parts of their faces, which is not ideal. So, but we're going to be able to use this effect where we need it, and that's what counts, what's important. So it's not FFFFF. It's not that. It's what color do I want to use for this? Color? Why can't I just select the foreground? Oh, wait. Is that no? Okay, never mind. This is our color that we have right now. We need to add it to our palette here. Now I can go colors, color to alpha, blip, 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 there, and I select this color because that's specifically the color I want. And now I'm going to set a threshold. Why? Why am I not able to select more of that color? I can set an opacity threshold, but I want to select neighboring colors. And I thought I was convinced I was able to do this in Gimp. Okay, I'm going to pause. All right, so I'm not entirely sure. I'm not able to do what I want to do, which is sad. I mean, it's color to alpha, which I thought would be the right tool here. I must be missing something because I was convinced I've done this before and it worked just fine. What I want is that I want to select like her hair, like this area, right? And I want to remove the blue, but I want to keep all the hair, right? So I want to make the blue parts transparent. And I mean, I guess the best way to do this is if I just press O and then select really this very adjacent color here. Put that in here. And then I select just the area that I want to work on. Pre-select this, right? Okay, and now I go image color to alpha and let's see what happens. Colors, color to alpha. And the color I want is this one. This sucks. This sucks. I mean, that's clearly not. Oh no, wait. Oh, look at that. Why didn't I see the transparency? Okay, I guess I wasn't paying attention. I have no idea what I just did wrong. But this is it, guys. This is what I want. This is perfect. Yes, boys and girls. All right. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna find all the areas where there's like this hair, where I'm basically gonna find these areas. Actually, I can just draw the selections on this one and then just use them on the other one. Okay, so this selection is fine. And you'll see that I don't need to be very precise with these selections because later we're going to do some more magic. So we're going to select this. Good enough, right? We're going to select these parts here. Come on. Do I need to start again? Yeah, I guess. Really? This, here. Then I think Peter's head is pretty there. So I just press the letter F for the free select tool. Now I'm pressing F again and I can select this part. Might as well go here and, take this shine that he has around his head with me as well. There, and then I press F again. Actually, no. This we're going to do with the paintbrush, and then we're going to go with Thomas's hair here. Press F again. Basically just this part, really. There, now we've selected all this. And yeah, a bunch of stuff on his head. F again. Perfect. Now we go color to alpha. Did I color to alpha? Okay, the active layer is not visible. Well, yeah, exactly. We want to do this on this layer. So we go colors, color to alpha. And there we go, right? This is pretty neat. I like the way this is working. Although, I mean, her hair does turn blue. I don't know if we're going to be able to save it in the end. I really don't know, actually. If I'm being honest, I don't know why it's turning blue. It is blue. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Okay. But look at this. It's like, it's undeniably a pretty cool effect, and we're able to, you know, and instead of just cutting lines through this hair and cutting it off, we can sort of keep it and keep it as part of the picture, even if we do a background. So now I'm going to press Control Shift A. I no longer need these selections. So what do we do next? We go here. And now let me see. I wait, there's some leap that I need to make here that I'm not getting myself right now. All right, I got it. So what I want is I wanna have this layer, of course. Like, I just want to have this with these people being isolated, but at the same time, I don't want to have this hair situation going on there. So that's why I'm bringing this in, where if I technically what I can now do is if I paint here, if I paint in black, then I'm going to make this transparent. So what's going to be left is the fixed part down here. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. So we're going to paint this black. It's way too big. A bit softer. The brush is going to be a bit softer. Still too big. Right? See, now we're basically painting in what's below this. I'm going to press D to set default colors. I'm going to press X to put some white here, because the ear was actually fine. Right. So now I'm going to do this for all these selections. All right, so the situation that we've now created is that we effectively did cut off, you know, this extraneous hair here. But we can bring it back. Here it is. But what we're also bringing back is the whole rest of this, you know. Like, if I disable this layer, then, you know, we only have what I did on this one experiment layer. Here's the thing, though. If I go here, and now on the mask, I invert the colors. I'm going to save here. So I'm going to press Alt-CI to invert the colors. Now this mask, this is the mask that we now have. I've just, you know, turned it around. But now if I go to mode, and I think it was erase. Yeah. See? We just erased this whole, everything that's white on the mask, we erased. As in, everything that's visible in this layer, we erased from everything that's below. So now we erase this, and now the hair is still there, and it looks bad. Oh my God, does it look bad? I mean, in theory, this was nice, but this is horrible. You know what? We're gonna live with the hair trimming here. Yeah. I mean, it looks. Oh my God, I messed that one up. Well, I think you got the theory. So whatever we're seeing here is just gonna get lost. That's just the price of doing business, I guess. So we go mode normal. I'm gonna invert these, Alt CI, and this is what we live with. We're fine with that. So there's two things that still need to happen. First of all, I need to cut this out. I just need to edit out a bunch of stuff like this here. And you know, I think there's another part down here. Yeah, just a little bit. So that still needs to happen. I'm gonna have to paint this black. And then we have the picture the way we want it. We're gonna then, or we can do that now. We can put it on a dark background, see how it looks, and I like it. I don't like the edges. Okay, some hand painting will need to happen. And if I put it on a light background, it's probably gonna be fine. Yeah, it looks fine. It's good enough at least. Yeah, yeah. Yes. All right. So let's remove this. Go back to our free select tool. Okay, I'm going to press Shift B. Shift B. For the fill tool, I'm going to fill these selections with black. Fill whole selection. Boom. Right. This is nice. So I'm going to press Control Shift A and bring in the dark background. And now we need to do some painting because, yeah, we have some edges here where some of the background kind of still made it. Plus we need to fix what we botched of his hair, and we botched some of her hair. So that needs some fixing as well. All right, so we have a really nice result, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm so pissed off at the way I got here. I messed this one up colossally. What I should have done is, when I was done selecting all the stuff, the feathering should have been like 1 pixel, not 3. You know, because as you just saw, you have all these halos. You know, I'm even leaving some halos here, like these kinds of halos everywhere around all the leg pants, pants legs, and all that stuff, right? It pisses me off. So that clearly wasn't smart. And now I needed to fix all this with a paintbrush now, which was just a waste of time, really. Now the one thing I still want to try if I can do something here to fix this hair. I don't know if there's a way to sort of save this situation. But I'd like to find out. So I'm going to pause again. I really don't see a good way to get rid of the white. Just isolate the white and leave the hair. I tried a bunch of things now, and trust me, they just look like shit. So this is it. This is the end of the line. I've spent enough time on this. And yeah, like I said, I'm kind of annoyed at myself. I think I could have done this smarter, but we have a nice result. So we're going to save this here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to find out how this turns out as a PNG. So get rid of all these, crop it to just the contents. Actually, I can use I and then O. Yeah, let's crop the content. And then we scale this to 1200 pixels width, scale, export it as a PNG. So we're calling this team cropped.png, and we're going to run it through curtail. Curtail is basically, I think we used it once before, 1.8 megabytes. It's still a pretty big picture. Of course it is. It's a PNG. But we're getting it down to 564 kilobytes. I would have loved it to be smaller, but I think it's going to look fine. And it's worth it. It totally is worth it. So that's what we're going to put on the website. So curtail is basically tiny PNG just on your computer, right? Tiny PNG, I'm sure most of you are aware of that, where you can just drop your images in and they compress them. And you know, if you compress a PNG, even losslessly, even lossy, the end result looks fantastic. Like, I don't see a difference here between the original PNG and this, you know, compressed version. So we've got a really nice PNG now that we can work with. Here I'm gonna undo some stuff. This is where we were before. This is what we want to keep as our XCF, as our project file. So I'm going to save this here in case I ever need to go back and, you know, work on this. So that's the image. We got there with a bunch of detours that I think were unnecessary, but you live, you learn. And I thank you very much for watching. We're going to implement this on the website before we launch it, and everything will be hunky-dory. Talk to you soon. Bye.